Hey everybody, how you doing? Oh well, I got a gray streak today. Look at that. Anyway, it's all fluffy. Lauren and Jill. I guess it's Jill. I don't know how to pronounce it. Write it out for me. Melanie's here. Kim, come on in. I'm looking for you. We got lots to talk about. Don't even know what that is yet. Because I'm flying by the seat of my pants today. Anyway, get on in here. So, Jillian. Okay, Jill for sure. Okay, thanks, Jill. Uh, hey, Peggy, Sherry. Anyway, I got my makeup on. I decided today was a yellow day. I don't wear yellow often. So, today's Friday. It's date night. It's family fun day tomorrow, and Sunday is renew your spirit. Robert used to, when he would get home on Fridays after, he was a judge for 20 years. I don't know if y'all know that or not. But he would get home from court, and this was funny, and he would snap his fingers, and he would do this little weekend dance, and it was so cute. He was so happy to have the weekend. Every day's a weekend for him now. He loves being retired, and I love that he is retired because court was painful. It was hard. It's hard to be a judge. And he had long drives, sometimes an hour and 20 minutes he would have to go. So it was tough. And I'm glad he's retired and enjoying his retirement because he gets a lot done. He's working on a dog bed for me right now out of a chair we've decluttered. And he's going to get us a dog bed for the puppy. So tonight is date night. Have you planned anything in your family for tonight? I am going to cook dinner, I believe. I've been craving some red meat, which isn't often, but when I want a steak, I'm going to have a steak. And I have a little nice piece of London broil, which is Robert's favorite cut. And I'm going to marinate that, and I'm going to make some Parmesan crusted potatoes, and probably a salad with that, and we'll see. So, do you have any questions today? Fly Lady Liz, we're on early. This is a replacement show for yesterday's show that I missed. I was babysitting, not really babysitting because they're teenagers, but I was the adult in the house at my for my grandchildren this week. Justin and Emily had to go to Tennessee, and so I was picked to help do transportation, and it was fun, and I got a lot of stuff done while I was there. But I didn't get to do my show yesterday because they were having a refrigerator delivered, and I got the refrigerator. The refrigerator got installed, and then I got to come home. Best way to clean windows. For me, it's using a purple rag, folks. A purple rag does a great job. Some people like to use one wet one and one dry one, which is great. I don't use any cleaner. It's just water. If you've got tall windows, I suggest using the Fly Lady mop to do that because it does a great job, and you can extend the handle, and it does really well. Or if you have, some people have used the multi-wand to clean windows. I haven't tried that yet, but I might. But the main thing is you got to get some water on and take the water off. What's wax on and wax off? Well, that's what we're going to do with the purple rags. And it gets the job done. How do you clean the inside of glass on your stove doors? I'm going to tell you a secret about your oven door. And this will do the trick. And I haven't tried it yet, but I know that it's available. I got a cobweb inside my oven door. I got a cobweb, and that cobweb was, I couldn't figure out how a spider could get in there. Well, guess what? If you will feel underneath your door, not with the oven on, it's open. It's open under there. And that's how you clean it. And this will go right up in there. And if you look closely, there's a way for stuff to get in there. So check it out. I haven't cleaned mine yet, but because somebody just sent me this testimonial, and I thought that was wonderful. My screen color keeps fading in and out. Let's see if I put it here. There, look at that. Look what gets brighter if I leave that right there. Don't know why. Don't have a clue why. Let me focus on that. That didn't work. Let me focus there. Let me focus on my yellow shirt. Nope, none of that's working then. It's just going to be dark. Justin says I need a new phone. I don't want a new phone. I really don't want a new phone. But I might have to have one day. I don't like change, and the new phone I would get would be the one without the home button, and I don't know if I can do that, but I probably can. How did we make out? We only got about 5 inches of rain total and no wind. At what age do you think is appropriate? At what age? I can't find any advice to give. For some reason, the new update on the phone doesn't let me see. Appropriate for cancel that. Appropriate for children. I'm trying to find it so I can read it all. At what age do you think is appropriate for children to help you do dishes, shine the sink by themselves? Hey, start when they're young. What's the Bible teach us? Raise up a child in the way he should go, and then when he's old, he won't depart from it. Put them up in a chair and let them help you. There's some great little devices that you can get for your kitchen that's kind of like a kid cage. And they can climb up in there and they can help you at the kitchen sink. They can help you wash dishes. And there's nothing kids like anymore than to play in water. So get them to help you. If you don't have one of those safety devices, you stay right with them. You can set a chair up at the kitchen sink and they can stand up in it and have fun. It's all about making it fun. It really is. Got to get to the bottom. Okay. The complete cleaning system, the sale goes off of it on Monday at midnight. So don't wait. Don't wait, because we don't know when we're going to have a sale like that again. My 7-year-old loves dusting and helping with the dishes. You just have to get them started when they're little, and they'll always think it's fun. Liz has been doing this with Mikey since he was old enough to walk, and he loves helping. You don't need a code for the sale, but there is a code. It's Musing 483, and it's going to be the same thing for next week too. But that code doesn't work with the Super Duper Pack because it's better than the 20% discount. It's almost a 29% discount. Kids just want to help. And when they see you set the example and you get up from the table and you put your plate in the dishwasher, they're going to start following you. We had a testimony the other day where the 8-year-old daughter, I think it was 8 years old, cleaned off the whole table while the adults were sitting there talking. How wonderful is that? So folks, show your children how to do it. Don't nag them into doing it. Just teach them, show them how, and that will help you. Just had a testimonial come out about calendars. I keep all my calendars. I have a cabinet in my bathroom, and it sits behind. All my calendars are filed in behind this and it really helps me to be able to look back at the history. I got anemic one time, and I could trace back things and show everybody. My nose is itching. I guess I'm going to have company. What if a person is totally overwhelmed? I can't read it. I'm trying to find it again. What if a person is totally overwhelmed and embarrassed by a messy, dirty house in all states of despair? What do? Go shine your sink. How many times? That's where we start. Every one of us, that's where we start. Go shine your kitchen sink. And don't look at the whole house. That's your perfectionism. That is totally your perfectionism. So quit looking at the whole house and remember this one thing. Your house did not get dirty in a day, and it's not going to get cleaned overnight. Do you understand that? Your house did not get dirty in a day, and it's not going to get clean overnight. So be kind to yourself. Do not look at the whole house. Focus on that shiny sink. Practice shining that sink every day. You don't have to do the bleach stuff and all of that every day, but wipe it dry, get it clean before you leave the room. And this will help you more than anything. And from that shiny sink, you're going to have your countertops are going to get cleaned, everything. Now, I know you're a perfectionist, and I have a little cure for this. For those of you who have to see some sort of progress. Now remember, we're going for progress, not perfectionism. I want you to set your timer for 15 minutes. And I want you to go into your kitchen and start the timer and spend 15 minutes cleaning your kitchen. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of time, but see what you can get done. Empty the dishwasher of the clean dishes and start loading it up, clearing off your counters, and doing what you can in there. Then, when the timer goes off, even though it's not finished, I want you to, first you have to be dressed to lace up shoes. No barefoot. Lace up shoes on your feet before you ever start. Now, once the timer goes off for the kitchen, I want you to go into the living room, and I want you to spend 15 minutes in your living room, taking things off the hot spots, putting things where they belong, getting stuff up off the floor, get your kids involved, helping you, and just spend 15 minutes clearing off the hot spots in your living room. And then set your timer for another 15 minutes and go spend that in the main bathroom of your house. So you've got your kitchen looking better. I didn't say perfect. You've got your living room looking better. Didn't say perfect. And you've got your bathroom looking good. And then, this is the most important 15 minutes of this whole hour we're going to be doing. I want you to spend 15 minutes resting. Just rest. We're not looking at your bedroom. We're not looking at the kids' rooms. We're just looking at the main area of your home and the bathroom that guests would go to. And this is called Crisis Cleaning 101. Now, once the timer goes off, you can start back over with the kitchen and spend 15 more minutes in the kitchen, 15 more minutes in the living room, 15 more minutes in the bathroom. And by this time, you're going to have the house looking pretty good. Now, you may have bags of stuff you stashed in your closet. We're not thinking about those right now. But don't stick anything in those bags that needs to be paid or dealt with. Don't hide your bills from yourself. That's not good. Because most of those hot spots are papers that come in from the mail. So, do we have another question? Give me some questions, people. Crisis cleaning, it can be fun. Put on some energetic music and enjoy the time, because you can get a lot done if you stay focused. You got to stay focused, and that's what the timer does for us. It helps to keep us focused day in and day out. I live by this thing. Mine's been going off all day long. I've been doing laundry, going up and down the stairs. It's focusing me on getting some exercise because I got my own stair climber in my bathroom. I got to get rid of that. Okay. I've fallen off my routines due to a caretaker moving in to help. How do I get back on track? Go shine the sink. That you got to start at the beginning. Go shine the sink. Get dressed to lace up shoes. Start decluttering. And it's going to help you. You're probably in a different house, but it's still, you're living there. Go shine the sink. Or you show the weekly home blessing at some point. I don't know. Do a video. I'm trying to find that one I was reading that went away. I hate for them to go away. Anyway, I can't post it again. Whoever posted that about doing a video for weekly home blessing. How did you come up with the slogan? Liz, I think you're going to have to start slacking me the questions. Could you please do a video, because I'm not able to see them. And if you slack them to me, they'll come up on the screen. That's frustrating for me not to be able to see. This has worked for so long. Liz and I had a deal going here, and it really worked. And now they've messed it all up with updates. But if you'll slack the questions to me, I'll be able to see them on my watch. My kids make the house a mess all the time. What shall I do? You're the director in your home. Quit whining about it. You have kids, and you've got to teach them how to pick up and put their toys away. Don't blame the children for the mess. You're the director, and it's up to you to say, okay, it's the top of the hour. Let's put our toys up. You're in charge. They can't get a new toy out until they put an old toy up. This is what they would do in kindergarten class. They wouldn't be able to get a new thing out until they put the old things away. Okay. Got announcements popping up everywhere. You've got to be in charge. And declutter as much of it as possible. The less you have in the house for them to pull out, the better, the easier it's going to be for you to clean. Now, let me tell you a testimony we got one time. This lady's 9-year-old son, I probably need to send that out again. Her 9-year-old son was having discipline problems at school. And what she decided to punish her child. So she went into his bedroom with black garbage bags and pulled everything out of his bedroom except his nightstand and his bed, and she left him 2 Matchbox cars and a Magnadoodle. Those are the only 2 things he could play with. She put everything else. Oh, that works. She put everything else. She put everything else in the garage. And she told him that if his discipline problems straightened out at school, that he could start earning back some of his toys. And all of a sudden, this young man, this 9-year-old little boy, he became at ease. He wasn't surrounded by all this clutter, and it made him calmer. And so she said, "You've done really well. Which toys do you want back?" And he said he didn't want any of them. Imagine that. He was happy with 2 Matchbox cars and a Magnadoodle, because all the clutter around him was causing him to go a little crazy. That's what it does to us. This is why decluttering every day is so important for us. We've got to get rid of the clutter so we can focus on being at peace. So let's see if I can find the Slack message. Trying to find it. That's not working either. Let me see if I can. I can't do it and be on the show is the issue. Maybe I'm going to have to bring my iPad in here and do it. How do I get my children on board? You got to show them that it's fun. We got a great testimonial it was a testimony. My sister posted it in Slack to me. Remember what was the show with Julie Andrews? I don't know the name of the movie, but she sang a song, "A spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down." Think about how we can make things fun. I mean, we probably heard it there first from Julie Andrews on how wonderful it was we heard it from there. If you make it fun. Mary Poppins. Yep. I've never seen the movie. I guess I need to watch the movie. I don't remember ever seeing it. So I'm going to have to watch Mary Poppins this weekend. Now, another question got asked, what is my opinion on holding things for the future? I don't want you to hold things. I don't want you to hold children's clothes. You might hold a few of the baby things, like a bathtub or something, but let go of this stuff. If you haven't used it in 4 or 5 years, probably not going to. Let go of these clothes. They're cluttering up your children's rooms. They're in every drawer of your children's chest of drawers. You don't need to keep this stuff, because if you have another baby, somebody's going to give you stuff. Somebody's going to give you stuff. So bless someone else with your abundance while it's fresh and new. And every 3 months, declutter your children's clothes, because they're growing like little weeds, and there's no need to hold on to clothes that don't fit them anymore. There's a new Mary Poppins coming out? Wow. I hadn't heard that. Well, there is nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun, because it's all been done. They got to keep pulling out the old movies and remaking them. I watched Die Hard the other day. Or Death something, I don't know. Bruce Willis was doing it. It was a good movie. It was a good movie the first time. So give me some more questions. That's not going to work on the trying to figure out how to get to Slack. Oh well. We'll do what we got to do. Start pinning them again. I'll try to find them. Are you on every Friday? Well, I'm on sometime during the day. Just don't have a set time. Maybe I need to set a time, but it's hard for me to set a time when there's lots of things going on. I'm trying to run a business and keep things moving, and it's not having a timetable keeps me light on my feet. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. What's the best way to clean comforters? You got to read. I'm not a tip person when it comes to cleaning stuff. Putting your linens out on a clothesline dry. Well, the sunshine just disinfects everything. But, read your washing instructions. Every piece of clothing or linens we buy has washing instructions. And read them. And don't go by me, because I don't know what your comforter's made of. You got to learn to read, just like we have to read our labels when we're buying food at the grocery store. If you don't read the labels, you don't know what's in it. Well, we've been doing a show every day, except for maybe a handful of days, for the last 4 months. So I've been doing a show, and they're all posted on YouTube, but don't sit and watch them every one. Don't do that, because there's no need to do that. You can pick and choose some of them, but don't sit and watch them every one. That was the one thing I didn't want you to do. I don't think you should expect anybody to take their shoes off when coming in the house. I think that's wrong. Because if you do your floors every day with the Fly Lady mop, you put a little water on it and do your floors, your floors are never going to look dirty again. So making your people take their shoes off, it's not good for you to go barefoot in the house. It's not good to go barefoot, period. So I think, if they've been in the mud, yeah, and not track mud in, but just regular walking in from the house, no. From the car to the house, no. I just don't think it's right to ask people to do that. Because then you got a pile of shoes at the front door, and that looks crappy too. Let's see. So, what are y'all doing for date night? Of my parents' pot. Okay, we're gonna have to go back to pre-asked questions. Y'all gonna have to post the questions. Liz will collect them all from the chat, and maybe I'll try to get some of them answered tomorrow, because I can't follow them. It's too fast and furious for me. I'm trying to read them. Getting ready for a wedding. Yay! We love weddings. I'll never forget when Liz got married a few years ago. It was so much fun. A boat RV show, that could be fun. Hanging out with sick teens, that's not fun. Wondering. Okay, I'm trying to read some of the comments. Dinner without the kids. That's a good idea. Your husband's graduating. Congratulations. I have a family shoe bucket. Don't like buckets. It just holds more clutter. Have them take their shoes to their rooms. That's good, Rebecca. that group, but I like concerts. Okay, I'm just talking to myself. How did you come up with the slogan, shine your sink? Well, it's not a slogan. It's what I do. It's not a slogan. It's what I do. Go shine your sink. Shining your sink is more fun than scrubbing your sink. Scrubbing sounds like work. Shining, have you ever shined a piece of brass or a piece of silver? It feels good. Okay, what are my dusting tips? I only have one tip. It's a feather duster. I use a feather duster. I don't do it wet. I use a feather duster and then I take it outside. I've got videos where I take it outside and bless the world. You got to try the feather duster. If you've never tried one, you are going to be in shock. Look how wonderful this thing is. This is our black feather duster. We also have a silver one. See? There's more of these feathers on an ostrich than these feathers. So we've had our duster maker to make us 2 dusters. And I have them in a vase. Let's see if I can up that a little bit. The top of my head's cut off. Tidying up is fun. Michelle's mother used to call it redding up. I guess getting ready for company. Redding up. And I thought that was a cute name. The black one, can't wait to get the gray one. Get it ordered. My feather duster is the old style. Well, if we had feather dusters that had a few issues. But if you keep your feather duster hidden in a closet, it's going to lose its feathers because it doesn't like dark. The feather duster needs to be out into the sun. It needs to see the sun daily. It has to be in the sun because we're dusting with it. And in dust, there are dust mites. And guess what dust mites like to eat? They eat feathers. So, shaking it outside, keeping it in the sunlight in a vase by a front room where it's going to get sunlight is going to help everything. Perfectionism, we've been told since the day we were born that if you can't do it right, don't do it at all. And we never listened to a single thing our parents said, ever. And we listened to that one. And that perfectionism eats away at us day in and day out. So when you say, I don't have time, what you're really saying is, I don't have time to do it right. So you procrastinate, which causes your house to get even messier. So stop doing that to yourself. Get up, set your timer for 2 minutes, and do 2 minutes. You'll be so surprised at how much you can get done. Yes, you probably, if you have the old mop handle, wherever my mop handle is, I need to reorganize all this stuff right here. If you have the old mop and it doesn't have the purple tip on it, let me see if I can find it to show you. Everything's going to dump in the floor, I'm sure. Well, it's not here. I don't know where I put it. But it has a purple tip on it with threads. That purple tip is what screws in to the end of this. This unscrews. But if you have a paint roller extension handle, that'll probably fit it. It'll work. Anyway, yeah, my Chaos to Clean book really is a way to get you started. Now, this is my newest book. It's coming out in December. You can pre-order it now. If you pre-order it, it lets you know, it lets my publisher know how many to print the first time, which would really help me a whole lot. And you don't get charged for it until like the week before Christmas, the 18th or so. Well, right now, this week, we are in our master bedrooms, and we've been focusing on decluttering in our master bedrooms. So as each zone rolls around, decluttering in that zone really helps you. In fact, the other day, I gave you homework assignment, and I've got it right here. You were supposed to declutter something from the silverware drawer. You were supposed to get rid of outdated spices and declutter ratty washcloths. So did y'all do this? Did you do it? Give me some smiley faces if you did. I'm trying to find my declutter pack. Here it is. I'm going to pull out 3 more cards. These are going in the bottom. I'm using an old peanut butter jar. I'm going to pull out 3 more cards. These are still for the kitchen. I'm going to get something else that's not the kitchen. But you know, we got a lot of stuff in our kitchens. Oh, I got 3 good ones here. I want you to go into your linen closet or wherever you keep your lotions and potions, and I want you to declutter 3 lotions that you don't use or that are too old. They probably need to go in the trash. And then I want you to declutter an appliance that you no longer use. For me, that's probably going to be a bread machine that I no longer use. And then, this is the big one. Declutter 5 purses. 5 purses. I know we have a lot more purses than that, but let's get rid of the ones we don't really like. Keep one good one for dress up. I have 1 black purse that I have for dress up, and I wouldn't keep them over a year. Once they've been opened, I would declutter them. And when I get stuff like that, I take a black magic marker and I put a date on it. You can put it on the top, you can put it on the bottle itself, but that your lotiony hands will probably rub that off. On the shoulder of the bottle, put a date on it. Well, that's good, Lisa. You don't have to do that job. That's great, Anne. Getting rid of those purses is a good thing. That means you get a pass and you get a gold star. For those of you, give yourself a star every day on your calendar when you get this decluttering done. Declutter every day and give yourself a gold star on your calendar so that you can celebrate what you're doing. Y'all are really great. You're keeping your clutter down. When you get a new purse, get rid of an old purse. Y'all are amazing. Whoever thought you would get pats on the back for not having 5 purses? And I have a weakness. I have a real weakness. I like organizing bags. I like clear organizing bags. And I have a few of them. And I've gotten rid of a lot of them. Y'all are so good. It will change your life if you allow it and you not argue over everything. You know, life isn't a battle. It's like jumping in and doing what you can. Give yourself a gold star for decluttering every day. Declutter 15 minutes every day. Well, you could pass your Coach bags down to a daughter or a daughter-in-law. You don't have to and tell them you don't need any more. It's not like whoever dies with the most purses wins. That's not the way it works. My purse, my little, I have a tiny little Louis Vuitton that it was a makeup bag that my sister gave me many years ago. I mean, it's probably 15 years old. And it still looks as good today as it did back then. And that goes right inside my purple bag. And sometimes I carry a purse. I have another purse that is a concealed carry purse because Mama likes to have her gun with her. But I don't carry it often. But when I do, I have that purse. And that fits right down into that purse. And it is... I don't think mine's a little camera bag. No, mine's not a little... It's a makeup bag. And it just works. It works for me. Now, today's the day you clean out your purse. Now, get those receipts out of your purse that you've been stuffing in there every time you get something. And I had to borrow a $20 bill from my nephew yesterday. Not my nephew, my grandson. Because I had to tip. I didn't have any cash on me, and I should have gotten cash before I went. So I had to borrow $20 from Ethan, which he so graciously gave me. And I've got to give him $20 back. I'll probably give him more than that because he was so sweet about it. Anyway, I'll probably mail it to him. It's good to keep your purse clean. That way you can find stuff. Now, I'm going through a funk right now myself. Let's see, what's that say? And I feel the same way. Really, folks, we can flip a switch. We can do this. We have to set up, and I learned this from Pam and Peggy many years ago. When you're feeling bad, don't wallow in it. When you're feeling bad, let's put on some fun music, some happy music, and let's change our whole environment. Pull every blind in the house and let the sun shine in. Go sit on the front porch and listen to this fun music. You open up your happiness file and see things that make you happy. Go to Facebook and look at some fun things. My Facebook feed is just happy things. Bible verses and wonderful stuff. We have to get rid of the negativity that is flying around. And here's another thing. I had a little talk with Ethan yesterday about what's going on with our Supreme Court justice process. And I told him that something from his teenage years was coming back to haunt him. And my recommendation for Ethan, who is soon be 16, is never be anywhere. And this goes for girls too. Always have a friend with you. Never, ever be alone with a member of the opposite sex without a friend with you. And I mentioned it to Justin this morning because I want to tell him what I told his child. And he said, well, Mom, we kind of talk about this in scouting because Justin's one of the scout leaders. And we teach the kids to not set themselves up for something terrible to happen that they can't control one way or the other. And always having a buddy with you is being safe. Now, this goes for jogging alone and hiking alone. Justin and the scout troop were hiking a few weeks ago, and there was this woman that came through ahead of them, hiking faster than they were, and she was alone. Don't do that to yourself. Be in a public place. If you're going to jog, go to the Y and do it there. I mean, I'm telling Tammy this all the time. Just be careful where you are. You've got to protect yourself at all times. And Tammy, you know, she's a gun-toting mama too. And she has her protection. I learned something about my watch here. I never knew this until I accidentally did it. If you hold down on this little thing right here on the side, for 5 seconds, it calls 911. But don't put yourself in a position where you have to do that. So it's good for us to take care of ourselves. When Robert was a judge, he was never alone in chambers with a woman, ever. Our Vice President Pence, he never goes to lunch or dinner with a member of the opposite sex without his wife with him. This is a good thing for you to teach your children, is to always have a buddy with you. Don't put yourself in a compromising situation where you can't prove that you're innocent. You just don't want to do that. So teach your children young. Teach them at a young age that you want to do, you don't want to be put in a compromising situation. And my nephew went to an all-boys school. Yes, they had dances with other schools, but, it protects our young men. It protects our young women, too. So, folks, teach your children to be careful. Okay, so any more questions? Maybe I can catch them as they fly past. In fact, I'm flying by the scene. What kind of watch do you have? This is an Apple Watch. And the new one that comes out today, I'm excited about because it has good sensors about your heart rate and stuff. And I may put that on my Christmas list if somebody wants to give me one. But I really like my watch. It makes me happy. And I can see everything and when I need to see it. I not have my phone right with me. If my phone is within 10 meters of me, it will call 911. So think about being in a car accident. Well, don't think about that because that's not fun. But think about needing, if you were in a car accident and your phone went flying through the air, if it's within 10 meters of you, you can still call 911. And if you don't answer, they will come for you. They'll find where you are. But I bought this one for $200 last year, and it was the best $200. It was a refurbished one, and I like it. It looks like a bracelet, and I bought this was like $10. The bracelet was. So, I just decluttered 5 purses. I got to be honest. I didn't even realize I had 5 purses. This clutter creeps up on us. It really does. So it's important for us to get rid of our clutter a little at a time. And if we baby step decluttering, we don't feel as put upon. We don't feel like we got to buy it all back. I told Robert the other day, I said, I'm guilty of hoarding one thing. And he said, what is that? And I said, toilet paper. He said, yep, you do. But I don't want to run out of toilet paper. I think I could survive an apocalypse. I have 3 cases of toilet paper. I said, well, we could take one to the office and I could put one upstairs and then we'd just be left with one in the basement. I like having plenty of toilet paper. Good for y'all decluttering 5 purses. Yep, sometimes you just need to have it. It's good for us to get rid of things. It really is. Looking at your comments. I like throwing stuff out too, but I really like making sure it gets to a better place. Like dropping things off at Goodwill. Because that helps people. Well, we could. I remember, this is a cute idea for somebody. My grandmother used to make these little things. She would take a roll of toilet paper, and I don't know how she did it, but she cut it half in 2, crossways. and she would take the cardboard thing out of it, and she would crochet little circles with a hole in it, and she had a little piece of paper on it, and you could pull out a one little piece of toilet paper, which is a half a sheet of toilet paper, and it had a little poem on it, and I'll never forget the poem. It sat on the back of her commode, and it said, "Use a sheet at a time. Blot your lips a sheet at a time, but please don't use on your behind." I thought that was cute. But she made these little crochet doilies and put them together so that they would fit around this toilet paper, half a roll of toilet paper. And she gave them away as Christmas presents. How cute is that? You could make them all kinds of ways. You could make little circles of fabric and put a zipper in it so you could replace it. You know, now is the time to start thinking about those Christmas gifts you're going to make. I had a friend who made one year, and I still use it to this day, and it was probably one of the most thoughtful Christmas presents I've ever gotten. She took like a pizza, a big dinner plate size of fabric, and she cut two circles and sewed it together, and turned it right side out. And then she took another smaller dinner size, like a bread plate, and sewed it on did two of them and sewed it on the inside. I'll have to show it to you sometime. And then she made a drawstring around the top, and she put little cording through it, and she sewed slices in it like cutting a pie. And then you could put your jewelry in it, in the little pockets. And it's just too cute. Just too cute. And it made great Christmas presents. I think her mother made them, because when I went to church with her mother, and I think she made them. But I still use that thing to this day. And I've probably had it. Robert and I have been married 22 years. And I probably got it in like 1992. So it's fairly old. But I love it. It's pretty, and it's made out of a polished cotton. It's just beautiful. Folks, it's been good today. Y'all have done a lot. Yeah, I bet those are great jewelry bags. You'll have to give us a link to your pattern, Patricia. They're wonderful jewelry bags, and they pack pretty easy. And I keep my costume jewelry in one and my good jewelry in another. The good jewelry that I use stays out in my bathroom, though. Yep, one thing about it, I'm kind of allergic to candles, so I can't have scented candles around me. You can catch us on Facebook as soon as this is over. You can watch it again, because it's there for you to see. So what appliances do I have? I have a KitchenAid mixer, a food processor that I use quite often. I have a toaster, a crock pot, and I have a what's the pressure cooker thing? The one pot? I've got one of those. And a bread maker. And I probably need to get rid of the bread maker since I don't eat bread. Oh well. You don't have to watch me over and over, Joanne. I don't. Yeah, I had to get up close to see the rest of your name. Yep, if you put things out on the curb with a free sign, I saw some yesterday with a free sign on it, Instapot. That's it. Well, thank you. I always liked being a fly fishing teacher better than a fisherman because I didn't like to hurt the fish, but I can teach you how to fish. But see, Sandy, I do a show every day, not just every week. I do a show every day, and usually the other shows are about 15 to 30 minutes. And the once a week, I'll do a whole hour show, which I've almost been on a whole hour now. Now, everybody, the sale for the Fly Lady Complete Cleaning System, the Super Duper sale, is ending on Monday at midnight. Monday at midnight. And it's almost a 29% discount. You don't need a coupon code or anything. It has the multi-wand, the mop handle, the rubber sweeper head, silver rags, the rubber swisher, the rubber scrubber. It has a lot of things in it. And you can see a picture on our website. The carpet sweeper is in it. I think it's about 11 things. The phone is ringing. We don't answer that phone. Okay, folks, it's time to get out of here. Got stuff to do. We'll get dinner started. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Keep in mind, the $50 off on this deal is going away on Monday. See you later.